In this video, traders, we're going to look at things that you still need to deal with even once you become a profitable trader. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, so these are some things that you still have to deal with even once you become a profitable trader. There's a little bit of a myth out there, and it kind of happens, I think, in a lot of different arenas as well, is that once you get to a certain point, then things don't matter anymore and you don't have to deal with them. And that's just simply not true for many things, and in particular, trading. You know, many new traders think, okay, well, if I can just get to profitability, I won't have to worry about this, or I won't have to worry about that. And it doesn't really work like that. What happens is, as you get to a point of higher and higher profitability, of better consistency, of whatever you're shooting for, maybe it's not consistency, maybe it's just good bottom line. And of course, we talk about different strategies. You know, consistency is one thing, bottom line is another, but let's just talk about profitability in general for now. When you get to that point, everything that you're going through as a beginner is still there, but some of them is reduced way down, so it's almost meaningless. Some of them you recognize that it's a nemesis for you, and some of the things you know you're gonna have to deal with over and over again. You just become better at dealing with them. So let's run through some, and if you've got anyone you want to add in the comment section below, then please feel free. Okay, so first one is perfection. Being a perfectionist in trading. Listen guys, we all want to get the bottom, the top, get that run, and you know, we are those type of people, right? As traders, generally attracts the people who want to do everything right, the best of their ability, succeed, all that kind of stuff. But you're going to have to kind of really not expect to trade with perfection, because it's almost, in fact it is impossible, right? I can give you loads of scenarios. Let's say you do buy the bottom and sell the top, which, let's be honest guys, is almost impossible anyway, but it might happen from time to time, and it does happen from time to time. Very rare, but it shouldn't be what we're shooting for anyway. But let's imagine that you could always do better by trading more sides. You could have always had a bigger position on, so you're never, ever, ever going to get to perfection in trading. And that's just with a ridiculous example anyway. Let's say you buy it, you get 25% of the move, small size trade. That's an okay trade. Yes, we can start to find patterns where we can improve, where we can get better at our entries, where we can get better at sizing up, all that kind of stuff, but we're never gonna have perfection. There's no such thing in trading, so we have to accept that there'll never be a perfect trade out there. Second thing is losing streaks and drawdown. When this happens, guys, it will happen less, and you'll be able to recognize when you could be in danger of hitting a losing streak or a drawdown you don't want to be in, but it will happen. We are not perfect. You might have streaks where you have a ridiculously good streak, but that will never last. You will always have times where you have periods of drawdown, you have a little bit of losing streak. Sure, it might be hopefully very short and you can get back up, and I think that's a big difference as well actually between kind of losing traders or traders who are not yet profitable and traders who are, is how quickly they recover. You know, very often traders who are struggling to get profitable, you know, when they have a losing streak, will then make it worse and will dig a big hole for themselves, whereas profitable traders have gone through that process many times before, shrugged themselves off, shake themselves down and go, okay, what do I need to do to realign myself and get myself back up again? And that's always something that's going to happen, guys. Number three is the market conditions. So market conditions will always change. You might be in a perfect market condition for you, trades are working beautifully, it feels like it's just glorious, you know, you just feel like there's trades are working fantastically, profits are there, and then it might just change. It might shift, you might have to adjust, you might have to adapt, you might have to back off. This will always happen. Out of sync, listen guys, we're human beings, whether you're trading with an algo or human, but let's look from a human's perspective, that's what most of us are doing. You are always going to have times when you're just out of sync with the market. You know, you're just not making it work. Your strategy just out, you're just missing things that the other, you know, making mistakes. We'll keep that as one as well here. You're just making errors. We're human beings, guys, and the benefit of being a human is that we can perform, you know, at excellent level under certain conditions. But the downside is, of course, we have down days. We have times when we're off. We make mistakes. We're just not doing the right thing. I'm missing great trades. We're always going to miss great trades. I think people think, okay, great, you know, once I get really, really good, I'm going to get all the best trades. You're going to miss great trades, and it's going to frustrate you. It's going to annoy you, but you'll shrug it off and go, there is so much opportunity out there. It doesn't matter. I could have been stalking this thing for ages. For whatever reason, you don't get on it, you don't get it. and you think, okay, where's the next trade coming from? There will always be another great trade coming along. And the final thing is doing stupid stuff. Everyone does stupid stuff. You will always continue to do stupid stuff. The key difference is that you recognize you've done something stupid or you're doing stupid stuff. And by that, it could be anything. You know the score, guys. You've been trading. You know exactly what stupid stuff is. Maybe you've added too much size. Maybe you've moved that stop a little bit. Maybe you've traded a little bit more than you should. All these things will probably happen again at some point. They will happen less. And you'll recognize, you're like, listen, just be careful here. You've done something you shouldn't have done. You know that that's really bad for the business. Don't do it again. And that's the difference, is you recognize that, hey, this isn't really conducive to long-term success. This doesn't get me to where I need to be at the end of this year, the end of this quarter. And so let's just reduce the stupid stuff. But you will still have stupid, silly mistakes creeping in. But dealing with them, as a common thread here, dealing with them becomes something you can draw on because you've done it before, you recognize this, and hopefully you can rebound. And that then means that you're at a higher level again. Whereas the trader who's struggling to be profitable is still kind of digging a hole. Whereas the trader who's done it several times before has a better chance of getting back to that high water mark and then shrugging it off and getting on with the job. So some things, guys, that you still need to deal with once you are profitable. So it makes sense to try to get these under control now, wherever you are on your trading journey, and then it'll be far, far easier when the money's bigger, the size is bigger, and it's more meaningful. Take care, guys. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.